Good day, everyone, and welcome to INQTalks, a dialogue with the experts, presented by the Philippine Daily Inquirer's Property Section in partnership with SM Development Corp. I am Tex Samaniego, editor of the Property Section, and I will be your host for this particular series entitled Resiliency of Real Estate: Why Today is the Best Time to Invest in the Philippine Property Sector. Since last year, we have been seeing these so-called green shoots of recovery in the local real estate sector amid an economy that is on the mend. While there are segments that were badly hit by the challenges of the pandemic, there were a few that emerged as bright spots, while other segments have remained relatively resilient. In fact, some developers like SM Development Corp, for example, even launched new residential projects as they remained upbeat of their prospects. And today, their optimism continues to fuel the Philippine real estate sector amid a recovering economy. But where exactly are we in the recovery? What kind of prospects are we seeing over the next several years? When can the Philippine real estate sector again see that extended bull run pre-pandemic? And what makes today a good time to invest? To give us some valuable insights and forecasts about the latest happenings in the Philippine real estate sector, we have with us Ms. Sheila Lobien, the Chief Executive Officer and the main force in putting up Lobien Realty Group Inc., a full-service real estate consultancy and property investment strategy firm engaged in commercial and office space leasing, capital investments, optimization, and property acquisition and sales. Sheila also advocates women empowerment and currently chairs the Women in Business Committee of the European Chamber of Commerce in the Philippines. She is likewise the Vice Chair of the Management Association of the Philippines Trade, Investment, and Tourism Committee. Welcome and good day, Sheila.
Thank you, Tech, for the generous introduction. It's good to be back. So I hope everyone is healthy and safe wherever you are. So thank you for having me here again, Tech.
Kamusta? I'm actually looking forward to having this dialogue with you. I'm sure there's a lot of good insights in store. But Sheila, just to set the discussion, what really is the current state of real estate?
Okay, very good question. And we get that a lot today, especially after the election. So Tech, in Lobien Realty Group, and I think, most brokerage firms, we do monitor 5 sub-segments of the property market. And that is the office market, which I always share is one of the best barometers of a growing economy, because whenever an office is built and taken, then that means there's, jobs are being created in the market. We also monitor what's happening in the residential, the condominium market, the warehousing market, which today is booming because of the growth in e-commerce, and then the retail, the restaurant business, the ground floor spaces left and right. And the good thing about that today, a lot of people are again out dining, going shopping, and so the retail market is somehow back on track. And the hospitality, the hotel segment, that revenge travel, we feel it today. A lot of people are either domestically visiting different parts of the Philippines or going out of the country again. So we see a lot of movements there. And, our topic today is it a good time to invest? Is this the best time? And yes, I'll be upfront. It is, because prices of properties are relatively low. Interest rate is still low, and if you do have a good credit standing, you can take that opportunity and borrow from the bank and look at best properties out there. And there are a lot of developers such as SMDC who are giving attractive terms just for a Filipino or anyone to acquire a property in the heart of the city or anywhere in other parts of the Philippines in that mixed use developments today. So the upbeat is quite, the market is really there right now. We see the movement. And I'm sure you feel that, because when you go out, it's not a ghost town anymore. People are braver because a lot of Filipinos are now vaccinated. Some are boosted. So the confidence is there.
I certainly agree with you, Sheila. So much has been going on. And it's like the real estate sector was not at all affected, or if it was in a way affected, siguro medyo maliit yung makikita nating effect, no? Because as they say, it's now a buyer's market. But
Very
in terms of,
resilient.
I mean, how is the local sector doing in terms of supply, vacancy rates, rents, and valuations? Because this is something that we also want to look into as an investor.
Well, when it comes to the office market, we all know that it was slightly affected because a lot of companies went from going to the office to work from home. We see a lot of office spaces again being tenanted. People are coming back, and hopefully a lot more will go to the office. So that's good. In terms of rental, yes, we've seen softening in the rental market, the office market. So if you're a tenant, it's actually the best time for companies out there to negotiate with your landlord, right? To get the best deal, because there are a lot of good options in the market that you can look at and sign up for a longer lease period, because rental right now is good. And in the next few years, after this recovery, we'll see expansion again. And when that happens, rental will move up again. So take advantage of this time right now. And if you are a buyer, if you're out there to look for a property, a house, or maybe a condo, this is actually one of the best time, if not the best time, because as shared, there are a lot of developers who are giving good payment terms, attractive discounts, just for you to acquire a property. And that's good, because you don't want to buy when the market is so hot and everyone's participating, everyone's buying, because prices of property will go to the roof again. Today is good because of that. There are a lot of good opportunities out there. And it's for those who are watching, you should take note of that. We're in that recovery period. And for you to maximize your investment, you buy when the property prices are like this today.
Thank you, Sheila. So there is really a reason for us to be upbeat in the next 12 to 24 months.
Definitely.
But I think even with the new administration, I don't think I think we are seeing our road to recovery.
Yes.
It's
and
very
the build project should continue. We need that. We all know that we have a lot of we need to improve our infrastructure, and that would really help to prop up the economy and for the recovery of our country also.
So it's safe to say that the prospects looks bright somehow.
Yes.
Okay. But Sheila, although we've seen the sector recovering alongside the economy, do you think, or would you advise first-time or even seasoned investors to invest still in real estate? I mean, today,
yes.
I mean, meaning at present, are we do we still have to contend with market volatilities? I mean, what's your advice?
Yeah, actually, I shared this is the best time, because you have to be greedy when everyone's fearful, right? Like what Warren Buffett has said. And if you participated back in the global financial crisis when it hit in 2008, and we felt that in 2009, the investors who bought properties back then in 2009, 2010 are the ones who are very happy today, because their land has appreciated minimum 5 times. If you bought a property back then in BGC or in the southern area, I mean anywhere in the metro, land is finite, and good quality, good properties are hard to find. So if you bought a property back then, you know what I'm talking about, and you are definitely very happy today. Again, we're seeing that, as shared, the market is soft, but we feel the recovery is here, and you don't want to miss the boat. You don't want to buy when everyone's already buying and land prices, property prices are already very high. So take advantage of today, because as shared, interest rates still low, and if you have a good credit standing, you can borrow from the bank, or if you're cash rich, it's good to hunt and talk to different developers or SMDC. For sure, they have a lot of developments all over the Philippines. Here in the metro, they're centrally located, and you will never go wrong if you have the right location. Your timing is perfect, which is today, the best time to do so. And the developer also, you have to look at the track record of the developer, because that will spell the big difference in the future. The way they manage the property, the way they handle the whole business, the landscape, everything, because properties will appreciate in value if it's properly managed also.
I like what you said, that now more than ever is the best time to invest despite the pandemic and then the transition to a new administration, the rising inflation. But this is something that I've been wanting to ask industry experts. Why do you think analysts or even economists claim property investment as a safe option? I mean, they claim it to be a strong inflation hedge. Why is that?
Why is that? Because land will always be there, Tech. It's obvious. Land is, durable. It'll stay there forever, right? If you have a property or a condominium, the asset will not go. Unlike stocks, right? If you buy and then suddenly the market crash, it can be gone in a day or two. But properties, once you have it, it's there. You will either, if like now you bought a property, you rent it out, and then when the land prices or property prices is again high, you can sell it for proceed, but during the meantime you can earn from the rental income. So that's why a lot of people are saying it's safe, it's durable, it's tangible. You can always see the property, right? It will not go away. And if in the end you can live there. If you bought a condo, you can live there, you can rent it out in a shared. But when the market is up again and you just want to flip it, you can do so. You'll make money out of the proceeds as well. So that's why a lot of people, all the billionaires here in the Philippines, are actually in the property market because it's one of the best investments out there. And it's a long-term play. So if you're there for the long haul, the property market really is one of the best investments out there, and it's durable, it's tangible.
I think we both agree that with property investment, given that you will bet your money with the right developer, you won't have any regrets. But
Yes.
what's your advice, Sheila, to those who are wanting to, or just starting to build or expand their property investment portfolio? I mean, what should be their main considerations given our experience during the pandemic?
Yes. Depending on the budget that they have, right? But nowadays, after experiencing the lockdown, a lot of us, a lot of Filipinos, a lot of people, they will look for properties that has a lot of, light, fresh air, natural ventilation, sanitation can happen. And so developers are incorporating that in their development, in their projects, open spaces. So if you are looking at investing and buying a property, you have to think of those things. So it's like one of your checklists now. The location has to be accessible because if knock on wood something happened and there's a lockdown, you want to be in the center, or your place should be accessible, and all the things that you need can be just there within your reach. The school is there, a drugstore is nearby, a grocery is nearby, food, everything that you need should be just within your reach. And the good thing about a developer such as SMDC, their properties are always centrally located, or practically, it's just beside the mall, and all the things that you need is there. You go down and everything is there already. So think of those things. A place that's situated in a place wherein there are a lot of jobs out there, it's vibrant and all, it will always be saleable in the future if you decide to sell that, right? So we have to look at that. And before buying, you have to go and look at the property itself, feel the area, feel the vibe. Because if you like it, definitely you'll keep it. And when the right time comes, you want to sell it, there will be a lot of people who will be interested to buy that property. So it's like common sense, right? But it's those are the things that you have to always consider: accessibility, the location, timing, and as shared, the developer is very important. So you have to look at the track record, what they've done, what they can deliver. Those things are always part of the consideration.
I agree. I mean, it's a must that all the essentials are well provided for. But from a buyer's perspective, sometimes it's easy to get lost in the sea of options. I mean,
Yes.
but the one thing that emerged during the pandemic, I'm not sure if it's just a trend or if it's here to stay for good, but it's something that SMDC actually pioneered, the lifestyle mall concept. Is it something that you think is here to stay with or without the pandemic?
Yeah, I think it's not a trend. We need that. Nowadays, pre-pandemic, we hate the traffic, right? And people hate to commute because 4 hours gone, right? In the morning and the afternoon. So today, you need a halfway home. That's why the condominium market, we believe, will always work and will always be there because Metro Manila is finite, right? The land here is finite and it's getting more and more dense. Jobs, the economic center of the Philippines is still concentrated in Metro Manila. That's why land values, it's constantly going up. And today we're experiencing this because of the result of the pandemic. It's a health and economic situation. But tech, when you look at properties, right? Centrally located properties like what SMDC has, that lifestyle, they considered all that, what someone like us would need if you're young, you're old. These are the things that you would need from an 8-year-old to a 80-year-old person. You have everything within your reach. And I think that's the thing that SM has, right? You can find everything that you need. It's like, we've got it all for you. That's the tagline. That's why, and it's true. We see that every day. I mean, SM malls, they're everywhere, and condominiums are there too. So if you're there, you can just live there and stay there, and everything that you need is within your reach. So it's going to be more and more important. And as the economy grows, our population is very, very young, 26 years old. And imagine 5 years down the road, what will happen? They'll get married, they'll need a bigger condo. 10 years from now, they'll need probably a bigger house for their kids, etc. So a lot of opportunities really are here in the Philippines. That's why a lot of investors are very interested to come here and participate in the property market because of the population, the demographics of our country. And SM is actually positioning itself there. The lifestyle, that mixed use, whatever you want to call it, you'll find that in many SM developments all over the country. There's the hotel, there's the office, there's the condominium, everything is just there. So it's like self-sustaining location.
Yeah, I think that's what SMDC has managed to achieve. The good guys of SMDC has managed to achieve that. They were able to actually introduce a more convenient, comfortable lifestyle that even during the pandemic, residents were actually saying that it wasn't at all difficult for them because, their needs are well provided for.
That's true.
But Sheila, down to my last question. As the economy is showing signs of recovery, how can naman developers like SMDC maximize the opportunities?
They have to look at really what the market is looking for. And today, priorities of many people have shifted. As shared, they now want to have a property that has a lot of lights, and they can open the window so fresh air can come in. So moving forward, I'm sure more and more will incorporate that in their design, green developments, lots of open spaces. And I see that a lot now, open spaces where the tenants of the building or the buyers will be able to enjoy. It's connected to the mall, so if they're bored, they can just easily go out and experience the lifestyle that you can see in other first world countries. So we see that. I think SM should also look at the market cycle, the real estate cycle. Where are we today? And the demographics also. I mean, SM knows that and is already positioning itself there. So we have the population. They're targeting already the people working in the outsourcing industry, the OFWs, who want to live in the center. I think SM is doing well in that front, tech. So they have to continue that. And please, offer attractive terms. Maybe help the buyers in taking loans from the bank. BDO is there to support that. So they got it all.
I agree with you. Come to think of it, SMDC from the time you purchase to the loans and then to the essentials. They have
Make it easy
all
for the buyers, right?
Yeah, parang you can already look forward to a comfortable, convenient lifestyle. Add to that the different amenities that they've provided the residents. I mean, you get to experience that 5-star living experience apart from that added layer of comfort and convenience. Again, great insights, Sheila, and I'm sure our viewers have a lot they've learned a lot about what we've discussed today, and I'm looking forward because I think there's a lot of good things in store for the real estate sector. Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for today. But before we officially close our Ink Talks, may we hear some final words from you?
Well, again, we have to stay safe. But if you're again looking at investing or being part of the property market, so three things I've shared already, but timing is very important. And today is actually the best time to look at properties to acquire, to buy. So look at what SM has to offer. Location also very, very important in acquiring a property. So look at the area. Are there jobs available within the area? The facilities there, is it accessible, doesn't flood, etc. And then the developer, so look at the track record, look at what they've done. And finally, if you need a consultant, you can talk to us. So that's my final word. So thank you, Tech, for having me again here.
Again, thank you so much, Sheila, for joining us today. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of INQTalks, a dialogue with the experts, as well as SM Development Corp for partnering with us. Continue reading the Philippine Daily Inquirer for authoritative news and features, and check out the property section, which comes out every Saturday. We are available on print, digital newsstand, Viber communities, and the Inquirer mobile app. Again, this is Tex Samaniego, editor of the property section of the Philippine Daily Inquirer. Thank you and have a good day.